Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tat, and I wanted to quickly talk about the PTB that happened a few days ago. Actually, it's by the time you see this, it will have been like 2 days past the PTB. But I wanted to talk specifically about the nurse changes because there's a lot to kind of dissect there, and I like what they did, at least in the base kit. I think that them, making special attacks a part of her power, that was obvious. That was going to happen. It was something that everyone was asking for. Um, it was eventually going to happen, and that was a good change. But I am not thrilled with the other changes and the lack of other changes in specific. So they did an add-on pass, and this is probably one of the worst add-on updates I have ever seen in the history of Dead by Daylight. This is like it's not like Hillbilly and Leatherface here on their original PTBs. It's not that bad, but it's pretty terrible. Um, she got, I think, literally two new add-ons, and then everything else either just got buffed or nerfed. And that's not fun, man. That's not enjoyable. Her fatigue add-ons are still there, which is still a problem. Her recharge add-ons are gone, but they've been replaced by some other things. And she also has a really new busted add-on combo with the double blink add-on, where you can blink at full charge. Again, if you previously blinked at full charge. And then you use that with, was it Torn Bookmark? So you get a third blink. So you get one 40-meter long blink, and then you get like a normal 12-meter blink after. It's fucking absurd. Yeah, I'm really not happy with the nurse update, which is unfortunate because I was actually really excited about it. As you know, I made a video. I was like super pumped about the nurse update because I saw the nurse changes. I was like, oh my god, nurse! They're gonna nerf nurse. And yeah, after playing with it for like a whole day, I'm just really, really disappointed. It's an exceptionally mediocre update, and it's clear that it was hastily put together. I don't think there was much thought or care put into it. I feel like they kind of made these changes just because the community was asking for it, and like even in their own post, I'll have a screenshot up like on screen right now. But even in their own like patch notes, they said that they don't want to change nurse. They don't want to overhaul nurse. They don't want to actually put in the effort to change nurse. They think she's fine, basically. It's what they're saying. Um, and that's not a great thing to say, you know? It's not a great takeaway to have is, oh, you literally are okay with her being broken. Wow, cool. Yeah, this is really, really lame. The special attack change, again, it's really good. The add-ons, I was hoping to see, honestly, all 20 add-ons reworked and changed. That was what I was hoping to see. And when I saw, okay, only some of the add-ons are being changed, but there's the majority of add-ons are being changed. Okay, maybe they will give them some cool effects and adjust them to be more interesting or more fair. And that didn't completely happen. They removed recharge, they removed range, but replaced range with something arguably better because it doesn't affect your blink speed. And then they also kept the fatigue add-ons. Even though they've been nerfed, there's like a degree of bias behavior has with nurse. I talked about it on stream. It's like they suck in that nurse cock, basically, is the way to explain it. They hate Billy, but they love nurse. They love them some nurse. Because, look at a killer like Legion, for example, right? Legion, non-lethal power until they get 4 hits, 3-second fatigue, cannot be altered with add-ons. Nurse, always lethal, literally has no counterplay, 2 to 4-second fatigue, can be altered with add-ons. What the fuck? That's such a weird kind of thing to make. Like, that's such a weird decision. Like, why? See, what I would like to see, because I'm kind of just bitching right now, and I don't like to do that. I like to offer solutions. But quite honestly, lock her fatigue to 3 seconds. Every single time she blinks, it should just be a 3-second fatigue. Every time. It doesn't matter if you miss, how many times you blink. It should always be a 3-second fatigue for consistency purposes. Because Survivor, like from a Survivor perspective, you don't know how long her fatigue is. You don't know if you have 2 seconds or 4 seconds. You don't know. It could be 3. It could be 3.5. It could be 2.5. You don't know. If it was always at 3 seconds, that would be fantastic. I would love that. And then remove all 3 of her fatigue add-ons. Every single one of them. Because you don't need them. Just replace them with different effects. Something cool. Doesn't have to be strong. Doesn't have to be weak. It could just be cool. A weird gimmick, maybe. I don't know. Right? It's Nurse. She's like the best killer in the game, so. And quite honestly, make her Matchbox add-on base kit. That might be a hot take, and I hope to God that I didn't mess up the names for the ultra rares. But just in case I did, make her 4.4 with 1 blink. That is what I suggest. And then increase her recharge time accordingly, because now she doesn't need her recharge to be 3 seconds if her fatigue is also 3 seconds, right? Her recharge should probably take 6 seconds minimum, right? I would honestly personally make it like an 8-second recharge at that point. 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Make the Nurse like a normal killer. It's really not that difficult. It's really not. It would fix so much. If you make her have 1 blink, right? If a survivor correctly outplays and like jukes a Nurse, the Nurse can't correct herself. The Nurse fucked up. The survivor made a better decision. Right? There's a lot of people who say Nurse has counterplay, and that is just objectively false. She does not have counterplay. She doesn't. You can't run away because her blinks are fast. She just catches you. You can't break line of sight because if she blinks to the corner where she last saw you, either you're running into her and she just hits you, or you're running away, and at which point she just uses a second blink to correct her position and hits you. You can't run towards her when she's charging her blink because she blinks at half charge in the middle between you and her, and then uses again her second blink to correct her position and hits you no matter what. There is no counterplay to Nurse. It's not a discussion. It's literally fact. I have played this game for 4 years. There have been people before me who have played this game for 7 years, for 6 years, for 5 years. They all say the exact same thing because they're knowledgeable in the game and they have played for such a long period of time. Nurse does not have counterplay. It's time for her ability to have counterplay. And the easiest way to do that is to remove a blink. That's the easiest way to do it. You could maybe do some other things, right? Like, oh, maybe you can stun Nurse in her power and that kicks her out like with a pallet stun or something. But there's lots of coding trouble that can come in, right? If you pallet stun a Nurse mid-blink, where is she gonna go? Is she gonna get clipped into the rock? Is she gonna get clipped into the wall? Is she gonna, how do you tell the game to move the Nurse onto a specific side of a pallet, right? That's a lot of work. It's not so much work to say, okay, we're just making our base speed faster. We're moving the number of blink charges. You're changing a 2 to a 1. You're changing a 385 to a 440 in the speed number. Like, it's not that difficult. It's really not. I think the takeaway from this video is I just wished behavior took the Nurse complaints more seriously. That's what I think is the takeaway. So yeah, that's all I really got to say. Behavior, I'm just disappointed, and yeah, good change with the special attack, but I wish you did way more, and I wish you took a little more care and thought into what you were doing. So that's it. That's all I got to say. See ya.